Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Chizoba, and in this video I'll be sharing with you how I made this gorgeous looking outfit. For the upper part of this dress, I used 1 yard of fabric and 2.5 yards for the lower part. I've gone ahead to fold my fabric using my largest measurement, which is my hip measurement, divided by 4 plus extra 2 inches. So I'll go ahead and draw out my horizontal lines. So for my starting point, I'll be measuring 10 for my bust point, 13 inches for my under bust, 16 inches for my waistline, and 27 inches, 27 and a half actually, for the waist, for the hip line. 10 points, I'll measure out 8.5 for my shoulder measurements, 8.5. Come down from here, from the 8.5 down to 8.5. That's measure 8.5 down here and 8.5 this way. Let's measure our neck width. We'll be using our neck width of 3. Let's use 3 inches. 3 inches neck width, and neck depth of 3 inches as well. It's going to be a round neck, so I'll do line. You come down by 1 inch, and okay, so we'll come down. Let's get our armhole curve. For our armhole curve, this is the front, so you're going to be dividing this into 2 to get the half, and this is our half. This is where the half comes in the mark. Come in by 0.75 here, 0.75. Our bust divided by 4 is 9.5. Bust 38 divided by 4 is 9.5. So this is 9.5. We're actually supposed to end that here. 9.1. Under bust, we measure out our bust span, which is 4 inches, because I'm marking directly on my fabric. If you're using a pattern paper, you can use 3.5 while you add your joining allowance later. But we are marking directly on the fabric, so you mark on the bust point 4 inches, under bust 4 inches, your waist line 4 inches, and then the hip line, you still measure out the 4 inches mark. From your bust point, come down by 1 inch. This is the 1 inch you're coming down by, to avoid the pointy effect. Then at your under bust, come in this way by 1/2 inch, measuring 1/2 inch here and 1 inch on the side dart. This is the center front, this is the side front, so 1/2 inch at the center front, 1 inch at the side front, and then do the same thing here at your waistline. Bring down the lines at your waistline. We're trying to get our dart. This using your curve ruler to half of our armhole. We're going to measure from this point this way, measure it round. Measure your armhole curve round this way to this point. Here we have 8.5, so we're going to be dividing 8.5 to get half of it. So half of it would be around 4.25, which is at this point. It's almost the same point we took earlier. So we're going to be connecting this. Come up by 1 inch as well. We're going to come up by 1 inch, and then you connect this line to the 1 inch line. My camera wasn't recording at this point. I added my armhole dart. That's mark you made at the armhole. Just measure out ½ inch on both sides, and then you connect it to the 1 inch line you made above your bust point to cover up for this gap. When you measure from here to here, you'll see we have gotten 1 inch. To be extending this line by 1 inch here, and then you also extend this line here by 1 inch down here. So we're going to be forming another curve to get a curve. You come down by 6 inches down here, come down by 6 inches, and then from this 6 inches we are going to manipulate this line. From this 6 inches we're going to slant it up here, do the same thing from that 6 inches. So ignore this other. I'm going to ignore this other line. That's fine. I went ahead to add my horizontal measurements. To my horizontal measurement, I added the 1.5 inches we took out for the dart. I added it at the under bust and at the waist point. The material is a stretchy material, so I just added ½ an inch for my sewing allowance. For the back side, I have gone ahead to draw out my horizontal lines. First line, bust point, under bust, and this is my waistline, and the hip line is here. So I'll draw out these lines. I'll go ahead. This is my zipper allowance of 1 inch. I used only 1 inch. So from this point here, I'm going to measure my round neckline, which is 3 inches. Then from that 3 inches, let me measure out my shoulder line. From this starting point, my shoulder line is 8.5, which is 16 inches. 8.5. Sorry. Measure out 8.5 from the chest point, 8.5. From here, we're going to come down by 1 inch, and it's not that our neck depth. We are using 1.5 inch, so you curve it from this point to the 1.5 inch point. This like this. And then you measure out your armhole from here. Just curve it out like so, and that will be our armhole. Coming to this point, you'll measure out 4 inches. Measure out half an inch on both sides. Measure out half inch and half inch, and then connect it straight to the chest line. This is your chest line. To your chest line, we're going to connect this like so. Now, to avoid zipper bulging, starting from your chest line, you're going to come in here by 1 inch. Come in by 1 inch, and then you're going to slant it from the chest line to this hip line. So from here, you measure 1 inch. So we're going to be measuring 1 inch from here to get our new zipper allowance. Our new zipper allowance should be here and here. So the second point is not this one. This way to get the new zipper allowance. going to cut this out. This is going out. This line is now this bottom line. So we're going to be starting from here to measure our underbust, which is 7.75. 7.75 is here. Then you add 1 inch, which is 8.75 plus 1 inch, 9.75 here. Then you come over here plus 1 inch, which is 9 plus 1, which is 10. Then you come to your this point, measure out 10 inches plus 1 plus 12. So we're going to be connecting the lines. So you can see our zip allowance. This is our zip allowance, and the back is ready. Because the down part is gathered, I'll be dividing my hip measurement by 2, which is 20 inches. My hip measurement is 40 inches. 40 inches divided by 2 is 20 inches. So I'll be multiplying that 20 inches by 3 to get the gathered part of the front. I will also do the same for the back. So I would have altogether 60 inches for the front and 60 inches for the back. For the length of this down part, you'll be subtracting 27 inches from the length from your gown full length. So my gown full length is 60 and I'll be subtracting 27. 27 is the length of our bustier. So you'll be subtracting that 27 from your gown full length to get the length of your down part. Then because it is slanted, I'll be adding extra 5 inches to cover up for the slanted part. So that will be all for the cutting of this dress. I'll be posting the sewing part of this dress in my next video, so watch out for it.